me tell you something powerful. Your life does not change in one dramatic moment. It changes in the quiet minutes no one claps for. It changes when you decide, even on your hardest days, to show up for yourself. And I believe this with every part of me. 15 minutes a day can rebuild your future. We often think transformation needs hours, resources, perfect plans, or someone to rescue us. But the truth is simpler and harder. Transformation needs commitment. 15 minutes of focus, 15 minutes of learning, 15 minutes of discipline. When you give that time to yourself daily, you're sending a message to the universe that you are serious about your life. I've lived across cultures, industries, and expectations. I've failed publicly, grown privately, and rebuilt myself more times than I can count. And every reinvention started small. One decision, one habit, one moment where I chose growth over comfort. 15 minutes a day can mean reading instead of scrolling. It can mean practicing instead of procrastinating. It can mean reflecting instead of reacting. Those minutes may feel insignificant today, but compound them and they become unstoppable. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. You don't need motivation every day, you need discipline. Motivation comes and goes, discipline stays. Discipline is choosing your future even when your present feels heavy. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect time. Stop waiting to feel confident. Confidence is built by action, not before it. And stop underestimating yourself just because progress feels slow. Slow progress is still progress. Every powerful person you admire didn't wake up powerful. They built themselves, quietly, patiently, imperfectly. They invested in themselves when no one was watching. And you can do the same. 15 minutes a day is how you rebuild trust with yourself. It's how you turn dreams into systems and intentions into identity. It's how you go from surviving to leading your own life. So today, I'm not asking you to change everything. I'm asking you to commit to 15 minutes. One choice, one promise, one step forward. Because when you honor those 15 minutes daily, you're not just rebuilding your future, you're claiming it. And that is real power. People often wait for a big moment to change their lives. They wait for a new year, miracle, loud wake-up call. But real change doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives quietly through small decisions repeated every day. The truth is, small daily discipline will always defeat rare bursts of motivation. Motivation is exciting, but it's unreliable. Discipline is calm, steady, and powerful. And when you commit to just 15 minutes a day, you begin to understand how destiny is actually built. 15 minutes may sound too small to matter. That's exactly why it works. It doesn't scare you, it doesn't overwhelm you, it doesn't demand perfection. It only asks for consistency. And consistency is where real power lives. When you show up every day, even briefly, you are teaching yourself that your future matters. You are proving that progress doesn't need to be dramatic to be meaningful. I've learned that success is not about doing extraordinary things once in a while. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well again and again. 15 minutes of reading expands your thinking. 15 minutes of learning sharpens your skills. 15 minutes of reflection strengthens your self-awareness. None of these change your life overnight, but together, they slowly rebuild who you are. Motivation will come when life is easy, when praise is loud, when results are visible. But what about the days when no one is watching? What about the days when you're tired, unsure, or afraid? Those are the days discipline steps in. Discipline says, do it anyway. It says, show up even if you don't feel like it. And every time you obey that voice, you become stronger than the excuses trying to hold you back. People often underestimate the power of compounding. One day of effort feels invisible. 10 days feel small, but months of discipline change your mindset. Years of discipline change your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries and start seeing yourself as someone who finishes. That shift alone can rebuild your future. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be consistent. 15 minutes a day is a promise you can keep, and every kept promise builds self-respect. When you respect yourself, your standards rise. When your standards rise, your life follows. So don't chase motivation, build discipline. Protect those 15 minutes like they are sacred, because they are. In those quiet moments when no one is applauding, you are laying the foundation for a future that will one day speak for itself. Change doesn't happen in grand gestures. It doesn't happen in fireworks or sudden miracles. Change happens in moments, small and deliberate, moments that most people overlook because they seem insignificant. But those moments are everything. 15 minutes a day dedicated to your growth, your learning, your vision can completely rebuild the trajectory of your life. It's not about the length of time. It's about the intention and consistency behind it. When you commit to yourself in those 15 minutes, you are sending a message to the universe that you matter, that your future matters, and that you are willing to work for it. We often wait for external validation to start working on ourselves. We wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect mentor, the perfect circumstance. But the truth is, no one is coming to hand you your life. No one is going to give you permission to be extraordinary. You are the one who must decide. You are the one who must begin. 15 minutes a day is all it takes to start reclaiming your power, rebuilding your confidence, and rewriting your story. Those 15 minutes are your rebellion against excuses, against procrastination, against a life that chooses to happen to you instead of because of you. When you dedicate yourself to these moments, you start noticing shifts within. You discover strengths you didn't know existed. You begin to understand that discipline is not a punishment, it is freedom. It is freedom from self-doubt, from stagnation, from the fear that you'll never be enough. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is reliable. Motivation will abandon you when life gets hard, but discipline will carry you forward. It will keep you moving when everything inside you wants to stop. Many people think 15 minutes is too little to matter, but the truth is that compound effort is far more powerful than occasional bursts of energy. One small step taken consistently will take you further than 10 giant leaps taken sporadically. Every time you commit, every time you choose growth over comfort, you are strengthening your resilience. You are showing yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. And over time, those small victories accumulate until the life you once dreamed of is no longer a dream. It is your reality. The key is to stop waiting. Stop waiting for confidence, for permission, for someone else to light the path for you. The path is in front of you, and the light is in your own hands. 15 minutes a day is your starting point. Your commitment to yourself, your act of courage. It is the beginning of transformation, and it is enough. You don't need more. You don't need approval. You just need to show up. And when you do, day after day, you will rebuild your future. One 15-minute step at a time. Life doesn't wait for perfection, and your dreams don't need permission. The most powerful transformations happen in small, consistent actions repeated every single day. 15 minutes may seem almost too small to matter, but it is in these 15 minutes that your future begins to take shape. Every day you dedicate that time to yourself, to learning, to building, to reflecting. You are sending a clear signal that you are committed to your growth, to your purpose, and to the life you deserve. This is not about grand gestures or waiting for the perfect moment. It is about showing up, even when it's hard, even when it feels insignificant, and trusting the process. Many people wait for motivation, for inspiration, or for the stars to align. They wait for a sign, for someone to tell them they are ready, for circumstances to be perfect. But life doesn't work that way. No one is going to give you permission to live the life you dream of. The only person who can do that is you. 15 minutes a day is your permission slip to yourself. It is your declaration that you will take control of your destiny, that you will stop waiting for change and become the agent of it. Those 15 minutes may feel small, but they are monumental when multiplied over weeks, months, and years. They are the foundation of transformation. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. People often overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. 15 minutes a day may feel insignificant, but it compounds. One day of effort is almost invisible. 2 weeks of effort feels small. but months of steady commitment create momentum. That momentum transforms habits into identity. It transforms your mindset. It transforms your life. Every moment you invest in yourself, no matter how brief, is a vote of confidence in your potential. Rebuilding your future is also about reclaiming your confidence. Every time you honor your 15 minutes, you are proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are disciplined, that you can overcome excuses, distractions, and doubt. Motivation will come and go, but discipline will carry you forward. Discipline is showing up when no one is watching, when the world seems indifferent, and when results are not immediate. It is the quiet, invisible work that creates visible transformation. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop underestimating yourself. 15 minutes a day is all it takes to start rebuilding your future. Start small, start today, commit to yourself, and watch as those minutes accumulate, as your habits strengthen, as your confidence grows, and as your life transforms. The power to change your destiny is in your hands, in your choices, and in your 15 minutes. Every day you choose to invest in yourself, you are shaping a future that is unstoppable, powerful, and entirely your own. Change doesn't happen by accident, and success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment. Real transformation is quiet, subtle, and consistent. It happens in the choices you make every day, even when no one is watching. 15 minutes a day may feel small, almost too small to matter, but those 15 minutes are the building blocks of your future. When you dedicate that time to yourself, to your growth, to your dreams, you are telling the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you are committed to becoming the person you are meant to be. It's not about doing everything at once, it's about doing something every day, no matter how small, and letting it accumulate into something extraordinary. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a single day and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. They wait for motivation, for inspiration, for a sign, for someone else to give them permission. But the truth is, permission is not needed. You have everything you need within yourself. Those 15 minutes are your declaration of independence from doubt, fear, and procrastination. They are your personal investment in your future. And the remarkable thing about these small, consistent efforts is that they compound. One day of focus feels insignificant, but weeks and months of commitment create momentum that cannot be stopped. Consistency is the hidden force behind every success story. It is not the moments of brilliance or the sudden victories that define your life. It is the quiet, relentless discipline that shapes your character, your habits, and your results. 15 minutes of reading, learning, reflecting, or planning every day is like planting seeds. At first, the growth is invisible. You may not notice immediate results, but beneath the surface, change is happening. Your mindset strengthens, your skills sharpen, your confidence grows, and eventually those seeds bloom into transformation that surprises even you. Discipline is far more powerful than motivation because motivation is fleeting. Motivation comes when life is easy, when praise is loud, when progress is visible. But discipline carries you through the moments when you don't feel like it, when doubt creeps in, and when life seems heavy. Showing up for yourself, even for 15 minutes, is an act of courage. It is proof that you value your life, your dreams, and your potential more than comfort or excuses. Every small effort adds up, every choice reinforces your confidence, and every minute spent on yourself is a step toward a future that belongs to you. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for readiness or recognition. 15 minutes a day is enough to start. Start small, start today. Show up for yourself consistently. Let these minutes become sacred because they are the foundation of your transformation. When you commit to yourself in these small daily steps, you are not just rebuilding your future, you are reclaiming your power. You are proving that change is possible, that growth is unstoppable, and that your future is yours to create. Every minute matters. Every day matters. And with 15 minutes a day, you can rebuild your life into something extraordinary. Transformation doesn't come from waiting, wishing, or hoping. It comes from showing up, day after day, even when it feels small, even when it feels invisible. 15 minutes a day may seem insignificant at first, but it is in those 15 minutes that your future begins to take shape. These minutes are not just time, they are a statement that you value yourself, your dreams, and your potential enough to invest in them consistently. Real change is not about grand gestures or overnight success. It is about commitment, discipline, and the courage to take small, deliberate steps toward the life you want. Most people overestimate what they can do in a single day and underestimate what they can do with consistent effort over time. We wait for motivation, for inspiration, for perfect conditions, for someone to tell us it's okay to start. But the truth is, the perfect moment never comes. No one is coming to hand you your life on a silver platter. You are the one who has to decide. You are the one who has to begin. 15 minutes a day is your declaration that you are ready to take control, that you are ready to grow, and that you will not wait for life to happen to you. You will make life happen through your choices. Consistency is the invisible force that drives every success story. People often focus on visible victories and forget the quiet work that comes before them. 15 minutes of reading, of learning, of reflecting, of planning may feel small, but each session compounds over time. Each moment strengthens your mind, sharpens your skills, and builds your confidence. And when these moments accumulate, the life you once dreamed of becomes your reality. You may not see immediate results, but trust the process. The invisible work is the foundation for visible success. Discipline, not motivation, is what carries you through when life gets hard. Motivation is fleeting. It comes when you feel inspired or when circumstances are easy. Discipline is steady. Discipline shows up even when you are tired, even when you are unsure, even when results are not immediate. It is the act of choosing your future over your comfort, your growth over your excuses. Every 15-minute session where you honor yourself is a vote of confidence, a promise kept, and a step forward in reclaiming your life. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop underestimating the power of small, consistent actions. 15 minutes a day is enough to rebuild your mindset, your habits, and your life. Start now. Protect that time. Commit to yourself. Show up consistently, because in those quiet, disciplined minutes, you are doing something extraordinary. You are building your future. You are proving that change is possible, that growth is unstoppable, and that your life is in your hands. Every day counts. Every minute matters. 15 minutes a day can rebuild your future one step at a time.